D.A.M.N time. Wake up, it's D.A.M.N time. D.A.M.N time. Truth in the booth and the whole chat line. I walk in with the facts, no fluff in the bag. Hot coffee, cold truth, let me raise that flag. They came for the jokes, but they stayed for the lesson. I turn headlines into business confessions. I don't do fake, I don't tap dance nice. I say what I said, then I say it twice. If the world gone crazy, I'm the morning alarm. With a mic in my hand and some smoke in my palm. Say D.A.M.N. D.A.M.N. Say it one more time. D.A.M.N. If the truth hit hard, let it ride. If the show got value, put some love inside. It's D.A.M.N. Everybody say it. D.A.M.N. Don't just replay it. D.A.M.N. We live in the chat. If the facts hit home, go and tap that tap. D.A.M.N. Hands in the sky, wake up, get smart, let the nonsense die. Tap that tap, drop that love. Shack going crazy when that truth show up. Tap that tap, drop that love. D.A.M.N. in the morning now, turn me up.
Bet you it's some kind of fried plantain shit.
People keep talking about Dave Anderson.
Who's Dave Anderson?
I don't know who it
Is that
either.
Professor Dave?
I
No.
guess they said I would like to see him debate Dave Anderson or Tariq Nasheed.
Who, me?
I guess they just typed it out. They didn't say.
Ah,
either.
fuck you. Welcome to the show, party people. Sure, truly, Dave Anderson. Good morning. This is D.A.M.N. Dave Anderson Morning News, and we have so much to cover. If you missed yesterday's show, man, what a barn burner. Now, we had a special time yesterday at 12 noon. My mom had a little fender bender, so, you know, the tribal chief had to go and make sure that everything was good with Queen Mother. Queen Mother is good. Shout out to everybody in the chat. Let me know where you're checking in from. Shout out to all my people on Instagram. Make sure y'all come on over here. Smash that like button. Hit the subscribe button. We got new receipts. See, the thing of it is, I'm on some Roy Jones Jr. type ish right now. You must have forgot. But before I get too far out of pocket here, let me take this down. Ladies and gentlemen, hold on now. No, hold on now. In case you didn't know, we're on day 4 of Godfrey Watch. Yeah, it's the Godfrey countdown. All right, listen, I don't know about y'all, but if y'all are not ready for the new receipts, is something wrong with you? Shout out to the Ruby Runner. Welcome to the party. Good morning. DB Smooth, they never learn. They never learn. I don't know why these Negroes never learn, but they're going to learn today. Shout out to my Philadelphia brother, Kevin Hart. You're going to learn today. And again, there is no beef. I have no beef with Godfrey. I have a philosophical disagreement with Godfrey that requires a certain level of respect that I know he's capable of. Now, my new buddy Dante Nero reached out to me on Saturday and said, hey, I want you to come on the show, come up to New York, so on and so forth. I said, absolutely. I said, but in the meantime, in between time, I'm gonna need you to pull up the D.A.M.N. And pull up he did. And there were well over 1,400 people in the chat. It was a great discussion. I think a lot of people learned some things. And I think a lot of people walked away with some things feeling as though Godfrey is not taking responsibility the way that he needs to. Now, having said that, I want to shout out to my boy, O'Shea Duke Jackson. What's good, everybody? That's your boy, O'Shea Duke Jackson. Back at it again with another episode of D.A.M.N. Jack your shit. But listen to me. Before I run these receipts, and run these receipts I will, I want y'all to see a great video that O'Shea Duke Jackson put together. And I saw it this morning, minding my black ass business, as I often do. And y'all know, on my album Shill Music, available in stores everywhere, you know, Happy to be one of the top 10 new releases on Spotify. That was crazy. I couldn't even believe it. But that's all thanks to my FBA family for supporting. You know, I talk about Tethermouth. What gave it away? Listen, so I want y'all to see this video, and then we are going to discuss. We're going to discuss this video because I think it's extremely important that we have this conversation. And when we do, let's go ahead and let's make it real. But shout out to Just Too Jazzy, Albie Chills in the building. You better think a YouTube member. Is Israel was that Israelite Plight says O'Shea. No, O'Shea is it. Listen, man, he's a beast. And when people call Kevin Samuels the Godfather, that's because of O'Shea Duke Jackson. I'm really big on giving our people their flowers, especially when we're in a situation where folks don't like to give folks their flowers. So let's go ahead and watch this video, and we're going to discuss. We're going to discuss. No. Let's go ahead and roll that beautiful bean footage. Uh-oh. Sound. Let's run that back because y'all not hearing the sound.
Horror film called Us. And in the film, there was a particular group called the Tethered. They were a group of underground clones who wore matching red jumpsuits. They carried golden scissors. But most importantly, they look exactly like the people living on the surface. They spend generations forced to mimic the actions of their surface counterparts from underground tunnels in which they're trapped in this movie. And from this, Tariq Nasheed got the inspiration for the word tether to describe a cosplaying group of Black immigrants, most notably coming from the African continent and from the Caribbean. The fundamental difference here is that in the movie Us, the tethered have no choice but to mimic the people on the ground. They get nothing from it in real reality. But the tethered come in who mimic Black Americans do so because they benefit from the institutions and the structures while gaining everything and giving nothing.
He's right, you know.
But this phrase has been widely accepted as a racial slur. And there are a few people who are unhappy about it.
Now, they will say that tether is an actual description of an immigrant who come here to cosplay as a Black American. That's what they will say.
Now, this is Poetic Flacco, and it's important to understand that he is laying out the basis of the definition as given by Tariq Nasheed, or those who are in the online Twitter community or X community about FBA. But he would use a rebuttal by doing this.
But then they say tether hairline. Oh, tether babble. Tether this, tether that, right? Like you wouldn't say tether hairline if it was not a racial slur, right? If it was a description for somebody who come here and cosplay as a Black American, then like you would use it as it's defined. The minute you start to use it outside of the actual definition and description, it then becomes a racial slur because you're using.
I get that O'Shea is about to go on and concede this point. I respectfully disagree, and here's why. When Black people start talking about the fact that we, and when I say Black people, I mean foundational Black Americans, start talking about the importance of delineation, what tends to happen is you start to hear tethers say, well, you know, I'm Black, I'm in America, I'm a Black American, you know, my grandmama and my mama is Jamaican, but my daddy's also Jamaican, and but I'm American. I ain't never been to Jamaica, so I'm American. See, that's babbling, because no matter where you are, your bloodline is your bloodline, is your bloodline, is your bloodline. And that delineation bothers them so much that they take and weaponize the fact that we are pushing back, but it's okay for them to call us Akatas. It's okay for them to sit up here and say that we're dirty Black Americans. It's okay for them to say, you know, foundational Black a-holes. All of these things they get to say. And then when we say that, when they start talking about how we say, it's tether babble, they get mad. The only reason they are protesting too much, as if they're in a Shakespearean tragedy, and they are, is because they know that we are the best of the best, And the reason that they are over here is because their parents are the best of the worst. Meaning, if their countries were so phenomenal, they would not be coming to the real motherland, which is the United States of America, and trying to assimilate or anglicize themselves into American culture and then tether themselves to our experience. That's why it's so easy for them to say things like, we came here on a plane, you came here on a boat, when the majority of foundational Black Americans were already here. So that's what we mean when we say tether babble, period, point blank. So let's keep rolling. And I'm not trying to be funny, but that is kind of a descriptive tether hairline. But I digress. Let's go.
To dehumanize somebody.
The first 8 seconds, which you heard in the first clip, was only focused on the real definition. The remaining 26 seconds that he invested his time focused on the racial slur or abuse of the term, which he is correct. People do use that slur of a tether hairline, tether sandals, tether dashikis. I mean, all of those things are true. But I wonder, why focus on the slur, but not the definition itself?
Whoa.
Uh-oh.
What's that?
I just built a budgeting app in page 44.
Guys, Nina just built an app.
I like to debate in intellectual honesty. I will concede that for the sake of this video, the term tether can and has been used and maybe will be used in the future as a racial or slur to describe African or Black immigrants. But what Poetic Flacco will have a hard time getting around is if he fits the actual definition without slurs of the compartmentalization of the phrase tether. The question is, will he actually fit what Tariq Nasheed or others have alleged against people like him and the remainder of his group? It is important to understand that Tariq Nasheed and other people in the hashtag FBA community have blatantly said that not everybody is a tether. It is a behavior. Somebody has to do something to fit the qualifications of the word or phrase tether, just as somebody who is a heterosexual or a homosexual or a bisexual or a drug addict or a football player or a basketball player or an attorney, you have to do certain things to qualify for the definition. First thing that I would like to leverage against the people who fit the phrase of tether is that they use FBA talking points. Not all people who fit the tether definition are looking to undermine Black Americans right away. At least it doesn't seem so. Initially, what they will do to get into the community, they will have characteristics of virtue signaling. And you will see this when things happen to people in the Black community, like Black Lives Matter. You will see it with George Floyd. The people, in fact, who will come out and protest with the Black community are the so-called tethers themselves. And the people who will come out in support will be the people accused of being tethers themselves. Let's talk about what's going on with Nolan Wells, and let's see what Poetic Flacco has to say.
Nolan Wells' family is officially under attack. The white supremacist has apparently finally caught up to this story, and they're making up for their absence, right? They are rapidly going to work to go against this family.
If you can see here, this piece of content resonates with the Black American community. It resonates with the pain and the trauma of white supremacy and allegedly at the hands of white people, in this case, 3 boys. But it's also important what another person would do.
Who went out on some boat and ride with his friends in Mississippi, Horns Island or something, and he ends up missing, but the white dudes are there. The 3 bozos don't know where he is, right? And what's really funny is they ended up erasing their ING really quickly. And also I guess their parents are like judges, and they're in power positions in this area. And this is Mississippi. Go figure.
It almost seems forced, Godfrey's behavior, as if he cares so much about the Black community. Now, Poetic Flacco has put this video up. So has Godfrey. Both of them are really standing up against these white racists. And it seems as if these people are really concerned to what has happened to somebody in the Black American society.
He's right, you know.
And that is the first accusation. To get in, to resonate, and appropriate. You see, you must
get in to resonate to appropriate. That is the problem. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. And for people who don't know, I am streaming both vertically and horizontally. It's right there, youtube.com/The Business Bully. That's what it is. Oh, that's funny. Just Human said, I heard he was gay. Who's gay? Who?
must be like them to get them to support you. You must resonate and capitulate to get them to support you and to trust you. And therefore, you can be into their community. And the only reasons why people do that is the same reasons why women want to date rich men. It's hypergamy. What Poetic Flacco and Godfrey have done in their careers is the same thing that rich women and IG models do all the time. They go from a community of lower value economically to a community that has higher value. Nobody comes from a higher value community typically down to the lower value community unless there's an extreme opportunity. But in the case of Poetic Flacco or Godfrey, who sound just like me and you, this is their hypergamy play. They come into the system, pretend to be one of you, and all of a sudden they're accepted. And once they're accepted, but there's a problem. Aligning with somebody's pain is different than contributing to their.
Now, for the purpose of this video, I want to go ahead and point out the fact that a lot of these folks with the American flag are clearly not foundational Black Americans. There's a phenotype, and that ain't it. Secondly, this goes to show you how important it is for foundational Black Americans to actually start doing more stock footage and things of that nature. But conversation for another day. I just want y'all to put a pin in it. Receipts are coming. Let's keep going, O'Shea.
Fundamental success, which is something that nobody can see with Poetic Flacco or Godfrey. The question is, when they have leverage on their YouTube channels or from their income, what can you see them doing for the Black American community that they have benefited from? And we can use really Godfrey as an example here. Now, if we look at the 154 podcast, we can clearly see that over the last year, since October, it has blown up. The name 154 discusses one Africa, 54 countries, largely with all of these people growing up in Europe and the United States. And Godfrey dedicates a lot of his career and understanding to Black America. But it's interesting that Godfrey is being accused of this.
He has not bought a foundational Black American on 154. I'm not talking. Uh-oh. Who is that devilishly handsome guy with phenomenal skin and a Killmonger chain? Oh, wait. It's your boy. About in Godfrey we trust. Because I'm pretty sure one of them people up there is a foundational Black American. I'm not sure who, but I'm pretty sure one of them is. My issue is on 154. They're not talking about, from what I've seen, by and large, more often than not, it becomes a thing where they start talking about foundational Black Americans, how foundational Black Americans have hurt them, made them feel so on and so forth, bobbity skibbity bop. And it's not about things happening in Nigeria.
Dave Anderson did something that I never honestly thought about. He said Godfrey will have people from the Black community on the Godfrey is Live podcast, but he will never have a Black American on the 150.
I'm trying to pay off your loan.
Yo, I swear to God, I am really, really, really sick of these ads. I don't know why my thing isn't working. I might have to refresh, but I'll do that in the next segment. Real quick, $4.99 super chat from Nightcast Media TV. He said, diabetic. I wasn't ready. I got to read these ahead of time. Diabetic Flacco, all he does is babble. Same dude that supports the plantation of No Jumper and Adam 12. Got to watch these commentators. And then that one brother, the West Coast is representing hard in the super chats right now. Where's Philly? Where's New York? Where's Baltimore at? Where's Atlanta? Where's Florida? Because right now the West Coast is hitting us with the super chats. Shout out to that one brother, V1, says FBA Oakland. Love it. Thank you so much, man, for being here. Really appreciate you. What's that is? Yeah, and that's the thing. I got YouTube Premium. Something must have skipped. I know I had a couple of cards that I probably switched out. So that in and of itself is annoying. So annoying. Also, let me know where you guys are checking in from. It's hard to keep up with all of the super chats, but let me go ahead and put this back up because we are rocking and rolling. Yeah, buddy. What up, Damien Chuck? What up, Damien? He said, yo, what up? Irvine, California is in here. Tina Davis said, a lot of black male content creators support Flaxo. I didn't even, I'm just now learning about this guy. Man, I'm over here writing best-selling books and improving black people. Damien Chuck Wuka. Yeah, so I didn't even know. I didn't know. So y'all got to bear with me. A lot of this stuff is just completely off my radar. But let's keep rolling with O'Shea.
Our podcast. That's very interesting because even people like Tariq Nasheed, who disagrees with a lot of Africans out there, will open up his TikTok or his Twitter spaces for conversation. You have the Daily Rapper crew, who are from the Black American community, and they open up their doors to debate from anybody in the community. It's interesting that 154 podcast will not have anybody from the hashtag FBA community on there, but they don't have a problem with other people coming on the podcast and then having something slightly negative to say about their experience with Black Americans. And then when somebody gets on Godfrey for not checking the person for that comment, he may say something, well, it's a 3-hour show, I can't get to everything, or it's that person's opinion, not mine. And this is the same thing that Shannon Sharp said when Cat Williams came on the podcast. But the reality is, when you have the opportunity to bring a Black American on and defend themselves, and you don't, but you consistently allow Africans to come on and have their gripes with Black Americans, what it seems at this particular point that you're being unfair, because now you're participating in what I would call corporate Pan-Africanism, and now you have those corporate African sponsors. And
so that's important. O'Shea just coined the term corporate Pan-Africanism, and I can't wait to have this conversation with Godfrey, because it seems that there are certain things that are happening that would make sure that you align yourself. And sometimes when it comes down to these conversations, those conversations can get skewed. And I will say this to you, as a person that has worked with Tom Joyner, Michael Baisden, Ricky Smiley, DJ Clues, Charlemagne, Wendy Williams, Les Brown, I have a Hall of Fame list of professional broadcasters. There's certain things that you are allowed to say, and there's certain things you're not allowed to say when someone else is writing the check. So what O'Shea is theorizing, what you're about to hear, is very important.
And now you're leaning that podcast towards that community that makes a lot of money, and you have forgotten all about the hashtag FBA homies you had over here
who brought you to the dance. Keep going.
Holding you down all the time. Let's talk about Poetic Flacco. He is a person that is accused of mimicking a whole bunch of behaviors in the Black community, and he shows everybody how much money he makes, but there is no evidence of him donating.
Wait 1 second. I've never seen this guy, right? This dude is pretty new to me. Is it me? Respectfully, is it me? Or does that guy right there look like a black Jigglypuff from Pokemon? Does this man not resemble Jigglypuff to y'all? Pan Capitalist with the $4.99 super sticker. Thank you so much for being here. I definitely appreciate you. Also, if you got a question or a comment or something that you want to do, feel free to hit those super chats, because this chat is moving fast and furious. FU2 said he is a Nigerian tether. Okay. Tether mouth, tether mouth. You can hear when we talk it out. Skin and grin, pose for the crowd. Jiggly puff, yeah, he stands right out. Y'all are wild. But yeah, people are like, well, O'Shea lives in Uganda, but O'Shea is from the United States. As far as I know, O'Shea Duke Jackson is a foundational Black American. So again, that's neither here or there. But yeah, I really think that this man looks like Jigglypuff. I could be wrong, but let's see if we can find an image of Jigglypuff, because let's see here. Yeah, I'm seeing it. Hold on, let me see if y'all can see it. It might just be me. It definitely just might be me here. So that's Poetic Flacco. Jigglypuff. Poetic Flacco. Jigglypuff. Yeah, I mean, I can barely tell them apart. Just me personally. Let's keep going.
Donating to the guy that was shot by Chud the Builder. There is no evidence of him trying to do anything for Black America. All you see is him bragging about how much money he makes or how somebody can join his YouTube courses.
Hold on, y'all know I will stop this show for a super chat. Still tripping. 3251 says the Bronx rocks with you, Dave. Hashtag FBA. Appreciate everybody in the Boogie Down Bronx. Shout out. Oh, don't worry. Yo, right here, like I'm dead serious because I think he might have some inflammation. As somebody who is an FFA FBA. Now, for those of you who don't know and are new to my content, an FFA FBA is a former fat ass foundational Black American. I am a former fat ass FBA, so I'm an FFA FBA. I know inflammation when I see it. Look at that Stay Puft Marshmallow Man Goodyear blimp. Popping fresh looking ass Negro right there. Can somebody help me out here? And can y'all see how them hands are so like you could just take a pin and just let me not interrupt O'Shea. Let's go.
And the reason why is because to talk about Black American pain costs them actually nothing. It's easy to sit around on your computer all day from North Dakota or from New York City and discuss how Black Americans are being mistreated by the white supremacists and we should unite. It costs them actually nothing.
Damien, thank you for gifting a Dave Anderson membership. You better thank a YouTube member. And don't forget, if you click the link in my bio, we got all types of merch for you too, man. So that's insane. What? Jazzy? Jazzy. The disrespect. You said his lips is crazy talking about Jiggly. I'm sorry, Poetic Flacco. I'm sorry. Albie Shill said that's tethered inflammation. This is why people say we do too much. That's it right there. Catch these hands, Jam said, sir. That is a Black grimace. Okay. Now we're doing too much. Now we're just being blatantly disrespectful. Hold on. I just, oh my gosh. My goodness. Nope. You people. Y'all saying this. The things you can no longer unsee. Hey, I want a Happy Meal. Why foundational Black Americans talking about me? Anyway, let's we got to get back on track. Let's go. See, this is the BS. See, I think we got some grimace juice on our feed here. So let me go ahead. Hold on one second. I gotta find my chamois so I can fix the hold on. And get y'all one of these Dave Anderson I got wash chamois. Get y'all some chamois. I'm bringing chamois to In Godfrey We Trust. I'm gonna make sure I also have a chamois for Akbar for 154 because I doubt I'll ever be able to step foot on that set. But I'm going to give Godfrey a chamois to give to Akbar. I think everybody needs a chamois. So I had to get some of that grimace grease off of my situation. Let's go ahead again and reset. I'm going to run back what the good brother Sperling was talking about. My good brother Dennis Sperling, and yeah, we're going to make it happen. Do me a favor, give me some fire, and let me know that you guys can you could hear what was happening here because I'm about to play it. And real quick, I see we got didn't want to miss no super chats. That's crazy, Cash Tees. That was wild. Cash Tees here said, "Here's 2 more. Thank you so much for donating to the cause. I'm so happy you are here." All right, can y'all hear this?
Leads me to this point.
When Black Americans have historically faced pressure, whether we talk about politics, economics, or social, there's often been a shared understanding and response rooted in long, specific history inside this country. And that history created networks, it created institutions, it created a certain level of internal protection. And when you're part of that lineage, you move differently because the history is yours. And when delineation happens, that automatic connection is no longer assumed. Now, identity is more specific. And when identity becomes specific, the benefits that came from a broad grouping naturally shift as well. So yes, some people, a lot of people, they starting to feel the difference.
To launch a campaign
Now,
in
see,
2
this
weeks.
is first of all,
Let's see.
Dennis Sperling lays out a pretty interesting argument here. You see, the Black American experience was solved by us, ourselves, or the ancestors thereof. And for so many years, the flat blackness ideology are just treating everybody that we're all black and allowing everybody to participate in that blackness is now being cut off. So, for example, you have Nigerian criminals now being deported outside of America for their crimes. They can no longer hide those people amongst the quote unquote Black Americans. The same thing with the Haitians or the Caribbeans. Now they have to take responsibility for their own criminals, and they're not able to just sell their community as the model minority myth like the Nigerians did in the 80s or 90s or the other African groups. Once you're forced to delineate, you can no longer claim what is not yours, and you have to go out there and build it yourself from your people as much as possible. But let me get back to Godfrey. Remember when he said this?
And CJ, he's a Black American who actually came up with the concept along with Heather, who's a white lesbian.
This is important to know for the 154 podcast. You see, Godfrey knows all about the Black society and white supremacy and racism. He is well read, but being well read and understanding or comprehending what you read are 2 different things. If you're really involved in the pro-Black community, you would know how the pro-Black community feels about, number one, whites and people who are largely not heterosexual. While the pro-Black community typically does not hate anybody of another race or anybody in their sexuality, people in the pro-Black community would quietly be suspicious of a person that is non-Black and is in the LGBTQ being a part of a show produced for quote unquote the Black community or the 154 community. People would look at that suspiciously because the people that Godfrey quote would be 100% against that. And if you're really going to be down for the cause, then you would be like Louis Farrakhan, who is Caribbean, but he was taught by Elijah Muhammad. And
hey, God bless the minister. God bless the minister. The minister puts in work. The minister has never disrespected foundational Black Americans. The minister will tell you straight up and down how much he loves our people, how much he grieves for our people. Wasn't the minister the one who did the Million Man March? Wasn't the minister the one who went straight to Obama's face and told him, hey, there's going to be some talk that has to happen around what Black people expect from you? See, the minister is what you would call on code. I have never seen the minister off code ever once. If someone can show me where Minister Farrakhan has been off code, I'll concede, but I ain't seen it yet. Every non-FBA is not a tether. Minister Farrakhan is not a tether. because he loves and respects the rich foundational Black American culture. I have never heard him disparage us, ever. And I don't think he ever would. Therein lies the difference.
And he's tried his best as much as he could be to keep the rules as pro-Black as possible. Not to say that he's perfect, but according to Godfrey, he will do anything he can and break those same rules and go outside of the Black diaspora, even hiring a producer who was, number one, white, and number two, in the LGBTQ, which typically is not what you would see in the pro-Black community. And not that any of that is wrong, though, but a lot of Black Americans would look at that and call it what kind of behavior? You got it. They would consider that to be tetherish behavior. What am I trying to say here? The reason why I feel like a lot of Black Caribbeans or Africans hate the word tether is not because of a hairline or somebody says you have tether sandals. That largely can't be true because a lot of people have receding hairlines. And if you wear sandals, I mean, whatever, that's your business. The reality is, if you are grifting a certain culture that you are not from.
Hold up. Wait a minute. We got some things to discuss, people. Ladies and gentlemen, Sean Hill with the $50 super chat said, "Good morning, fam. Thanks, DA. And yes, O'Shea is FBA from Sacramento. To all you foundational Black American content creators are doing a great job holding up the legacy / ancestor standing on 10. We so appreciate all you guys. Peace and blessings. Brother Sean from San Jose, California." When I tell y'all, California is super chatting. California is super chatting. Appreciate you, homie. Thank you so much for the love and the recognition and the respect. I honor you. I hope your gift is, increased tenfold. Thank you so much, man, because again, this is where we are. I'm extremely excited. By the way, I just talked to the printer. If you've ordered a copy of The Real Black Agenda, the books will be here Friday. I'm going to be shipping them out, signing and shipping. That's what we're doing on Friday. It's a ship and sign party. So if you haven't gotten it, go over to The Real Black Agenda and get that popping. Let's continue with this. Let's wrap this up.
And you don't contribute to, you would largely take offense to that because that is your behavior. And that's one thing that you can see a lot of times going on in the African community or diaspora community is a whole bunch of no accountability. And that's why you will always hear Godfrey or Poetic Flacco or the other Blacks. And what they will always say is, y'all focus on the wrong person. Stop focusing on each other. We all Black. Focus on the oppressor. In the same time, while Godfrey is telling you to focus on the oppressor, the person that produces for his show is a white lesbian. And what march is Poetic Flacco leading to stop white supremacy in North Dakota or in LA or anything? Do you see any action or behavior of Poetic Flacco trying to stop white supremacy? No, because they don't really mean that. And sometimes you can't listen to what people are saying, but to what they are not saying. So guys, what do you think? It's your boy, O'Shea Jackson, back at it again with another episode of Celebrity Drunk. I appreciate you for all that you do. Subscribe, hit the bell. We're out.
Yo, by the way, them Black Men Are Perfect shirts are dope. Now, today I got a notification. Let me pull this down so I can talk to my people. Today I got a notification. Now I was running some errands and I saw this notification pop up on my phone. And when I saw it, I said, this is interesting. You say you don't know me, but you follow. I saw something, and when I saw it, I couldn't unsee it. And so what I want to do is pull it up and show it to you. Because when I got the notification, I said, well, that's interesting. That is very interesting. I see this, and I couldn't unsee it. So what I am going to do is I'm gonna run this, and then right after I run it, what I am also going to do is show you. I can't show you that, but I can show you this. I'm going to show you something that I had completely forgotten about. And see, that's the thing about receipts. Receipts are there in case you forget. And that to me is always the best. And I am ow. All right. Here we go. Are you ready? Ladies and gentlemen, it's time to roll the beautiful bean footage. It is time to roll the beautiful bean footage. Here we go.
Their life together.
Who
how
said
you
that?
can how can you submit? How can you submit to a man who doesn't submit to God? Everybody's not like you.
I understand that.
You are like in the rare percentage.
I get that.
You must know that there are a lot of black men who don't move like you, who are not successful, who don't want to go to school, who don't want to do anything with their life, who don't have any finances, who don't have any ambition, who have nothing to offer but some dick.
Okay.
So how can you keep telling? And let's talk about it, because let's talk about it. Black women are in record numbers going to college. We're opening degrees. We're getting accolades. We're running nonprofits. There's a large portion of black women who are educating themselves and taking their lives to the next level, while the black men are not reaching those goals. They're not meeting us on those levels.
Black women are the largest group of entrepreneurs. They also have more degrees. There are more black women in the C-suite. And to quote Dr. Umar Johnson, you don't find that suspicious? You don't find that suspicious?
It's very suspicious.
You don't find that suspicious?
Go ahead.
Let me finish.
Go ahead.
Black women also have the majority and the highest rate of student loan debt, which means your debt to income ratio is shot. Problem number one. Problem number two is you spend all that time getting these things on you and not getting any learning in you. Having more degrees than a thermometer does not mean that you understand the temperature of our people. On top of that, I don't need a degree to tell you I'm a man. Most of my degrees are sitting in the drawer, and the rest of them are at my mama's house in Arizona. I ain't seen them. It don't matter. Everything I learned in college was about happening outside of the classroom.
But you went to college,
Hold on.
You went to college, though.
I went to college to please my mother. I had a record deal. I was singing backgrounds for Teddy Pendergrass. Let's tell the whole story, not just the parts you like. And
but
most
you still
of us
went to college.
Again, most of us, black men specifically, go to college out of pressure from their mamas and their grandmamas, not because it's something to do to better themselves. The school industrial complex is made for black women. There have been several studies on this that talk about how young black boys are automatically labeled as behavior problems. They were labeled as educable mentally retarded back when Les Brown was in school, and that's going all the way back to the 50s. Then you sit up there and you put them in the programs, then you double down on their reading scores so that you know how many prisons to build. Everything is set up to make sure you rise and think that you are now above us, as opposed to realizing that there's a conspiracy to separate you from me.
We keep telling black women to submit to men that don't have their life together.
Because I know what you're thinking. I know what you're doing. You're thinking, well, Dave, what the hell does that got to do with Godfrey? Fair point. Fair point. Stay with me now. Stay with me now. So, what I want to do now is show you this. Let me pull this up so you can see it. Hold on. That's not it, because that's not going to help you. This right here. This. Let me see. I'm trying to pull it up for you. Technical difficulties are being technically difficult. Let me go back. Trust me. It's there. Of course, now that I am pulling it up, I'm telling y'all, when y'all see the receipt, y'all gonna be like, oh, okay. Because your boy is definitely here. Let's see. Ba 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 da ba. Ba 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 da ba da ba. Let's see here. Okay. Nope, not there. So if we can, yeah, here we go. Let's right here. Huh. It's very interesting how, oh, even better. That right there. Oh, almost there. Hold on. Uh-oh. 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 Here comes the hammer. Uh-oh. See, when we take a second and we zoom in and we look, said the night wind to the FBAs, do you see what I see? 37 weeks FBAs. Do you see what I see? Yeah, because he loved to say facts. He was right. Fact, he was right, meaning me. Was unprovoked. As you all can see, 37 weeks ago, I forgot that he saw that. But yeah, he didn't know, no clue. Banana. The Iceman with a $5 super chat says, Nigeria Puff, use power bottom. Nigeria Puff, hit with recoil. It's super effective. Nigeria Puff is fainted. I hate you so much. Hashtag 305, hashtag B1, hashtag cut the check. Israelite Plight for the $5 super chat said, much respect for those bars. Oh, you have not heard bars yet, ladies and gentlemen. I got bars for y'all. Hold on, let's see what we got here, because there's a lot of people in here. Oh, Danny Boy says your glasses are too big and no one is watching. Well, according to this, it looks like 600 people are watching. And hey, Danny Boy, bitch, these are Tom Ford. My glasses cost more than your life. I hope Donald Trump deports you immediately. Anyway, just that and the third. Let me see. Let's see. Let's see here. Hold on. Y'all are so stupid. Some of these chats are this, that, and third. Tina says, oh, I remember this. Yes, Dave, 100%. Crew said, Dave spitting bars. Appreciate you. Says polite. Shay says, get her. Listen, I'm glad y'all like it. Miss Cherokee said, Teddy P, Leroy, Peebo, Teddy Pendergrass, Teddy P. Yes, indeed. Not Dr. Rashad Ritchie will call me a liar. Dr. Rashad Ritchie, I called that school that he got his that he's on the staff of, and they put me on hold, and all of a sudden the line disconnected. But I'm gonna let y'all go ahead and be great. So I was just wondering, hold on. Mark said, I became a fan while I saw this show. Book sense and no common sense. I'll be chill said, get the likes up, family. Please get the likes up. I want to see if y'all Shay said, he alive. He know you. Yep. Oh, yes. Oh, Myth for real says, oh, I get it now. Use the tethers to build my channel. Bitch, my channel has been building over the past 12 weeks to 30,000 subscribers and well over 5.5 million views. So what are you talking about? Or is it that you're just dumb? Okay, cool. Just making sure. Omar says, Dave, what is your email? I have a video for you. Well, I'm always down for a good video. You can email me right there, dave@businessbullyshow.com. Again, dave@businessbullyshow.com. So let's see here. I'm trying to make sure I didn't miss nothing. LS says, what Godfrey the butler doesn't understand is that David Oyelowo was also insulting the Nigerian accent. Again, he seemed to be okay with it at the time. Absolutely. So I can cuss people out because I'm well-read, narcissistic. Yeah, that's insane to me. 100%. So I got a brand new music video. Would anybody like to see it? I'm just curious. Iceman says, speaking as an educator, you better think a YouTube member in this day and age. If you aren't going to college for STEM degree, you're wasting your resources. 4 years for a degree and debt, you could have trouble in your field. I agree. I agree. All right, who wants to see the video? If you want to see this, because I'm telling you, when you see this video, you're going to go off. You are going to go off. If we get another, let's be reasonable. If we get another 5 super chats, I'm going to run the video. In the meantime, in between time, we still got a whole lot of show to get to here. I ain't even going to hold you. There's a lot happening out here that we have not talked about yet that I think are extremely important, that I would love to really go over with you guys. Hold on one second. Especially there was one story that really just kind of threw me for a loop. Let's see here. I want y'all to see this. I want y'all to see this and then let me know what you think.
Y'all get ready? Yes, you get ready.
Okay, finally. Got rid of them damn things. Let's see here. I want to get right to it because I hate like people who have, like when I'm trying to share your stuff, y'all got everything but what I need y'all to have. So here we go. When we get them super chats up, I'm gonna run the video. But in the meantime, in between time, we're gonna go ahead and play this because we got to talk about Pooh Shiesty and Big 30's arrest. Yes, we do. Let's roll that beautiful beam footage.
Gunpoint numerous victims at a music studio in Dallas, Texas. 8 of the 9 were arrested yesterday in Dallas, Memphis, and Nashville. These individuals who are charged and arrested include Lontrell Williams Jr., also known as Pooh Shiesty, Lontrell Williams Sr., Rodney Wright Jr., also known as Big.
Wait. Did he say Lontrell Williams Jr., also known as Pooh Shiesty, and then said Lontrell Williams Sr.? You mean his daddy was up on this too? This is exactly why. Just because you got a father in your life doesn't mean that your father means you any good. Because some of y'all people have trash daddies. I said it. Trending right now, trash daddies. What the hell?
30, Kadarius Waters, Demarion Gibson.
Not a normal, respectfully, not a normal name amongst these knuckles. Not one normal name amongst these ninjas. Shaquarius, Travarius, like, can we just have some names that people don't need a thesaurus and a dialect coach to pronounce? How many times is it Michael Aaron Johnson has been arrested on 35 charges of kidnapping, trafficking? It just doesn't happen. In the meantime, we're going to keep this rolling. Don't forget, I got a video. We're looking for 5 more super chats, and then I'm going to run this video. This video is worth it. Trust me.
DeMarcus Glover, Corday Johnson, Darian McDaniel, and Terrence Rogers has not been arrested yet, but will be soon. The complaint alleges that on January 10th of this year, 3 music industry professionals traveled to Dallas for a scheduled business meeting. Lontrell Williams Jr. arranged this meeting purportedly to discuss the term.
Mark says, you're cooking like grandma for Sunday dinner. I definitely appreciate it. When I tell y'all all we need is 5 more super chats and I'm going to run this video. When I tell you, when you see the amount of work I put in for this video, you won't lose it. Trust me, it's worth it because it's only being released to my members and not the low-level members either. So this is the only time you'll be able to see this. And by the way, once this live stream is over, this is going to the membership as well. So if you want to see the video and you don't have a membership and you want everybody else to see this video live, make sure you hit those super chats. All right, let's go.
terms of his recording contract with one of the victims. As alleged, once these three men were inside the recording studio, Williams Jr. and 8 co-conspirators, several of whom traveled from Memphis, Tennessee, executed a coordinated armed takeover. As alleged, Williams Jr. produced an AK-style pistol and forced one of the victims to sign a release from the recording contract at gunpoint.
Sean Hill with the $10 video contribution. Appreciate you. We got 4 more to get. 4 more to get. And by the way, Sean Hill, that makes you today's YouTube title sponsor at this point. So let me make sure that I put you up here, because your situation altogether, you've done $60 in super chats. That's phenomenal. Thank you so much. I definitely appreciate you contributing to the work. Let's see, that's 8656. Hell yeah. No, definitely. Appreciate that. Thank you so very much. Yeah, buddy. Thank you. Appreciate you. All right, let's see here. Keith Caldwell with the $9.99 super chat. So now we only need 3 more. Let's keep rolling on this Pooh Shiesty mess.
The remaining conspirators displayed firearms and robbed the other victims of Rolex watches, jewelry, cash, and other high-value items. One of the victims.
What does taking somebody's rollie have to do with getting out of a contract? Do you see this powerful niggatry? This is powerful niggatry right here. And when somebody tells y'all it's powerful niggatry, y'all get mad. FU2 with the $5 super chat says for the video. So now we only that's 3. We only need 2 more, and I want to roll a video. But in the meantime, in between time, and trust me, it's worth it. It is worth it. But this is insane to me. But let's keep going. Let's let this white man get it all out.
Victims was actually choked by one of the defendants to the point of near unconsciousness. Defendant Wright barricaded the studio door with his body to prevent the victims from escaping. The ringleader of the conspiracy, Lontrell Williams Jr., was on home confinement at the time of the offense, as alleged, for a prior firearms conspiracy charge and conviction out of the Southern District of Florida. Towards the end of his prison sentence, he had been granted home detention. Part of the terms of his home detention were that he would not commit another federal offense or possess a firearm.
So apparently, not only is he shiesty, he's stupid. He just got out on a federal gun charge from the Southern District of Florida, and he's out here being stupid. So stupid. This is why sometimes, man, I get really upset at the fact that we don't have licensure for people to procreate. I feel like 2 things need to happen, and America would be phenomenal overnight. The first thing is that if you are over the age of 40, every time you go to renew your driver's license, you should have to take a road test. The second thing that would be phenomenal and would make America phenomenal overnight is if you are if you want to have a child, you got to submit to an IQ test, DNA test, all that kind of good stuff. Like when you're emotional about something as opposed to really making something happen, you don't do this level of idiocracy. And make no mistake, this is platinum level stupidity. You didn't say, you know what? I'm out of jail on this gun charge. I don't want to get into no more trouble, but I need to let Gucci Mane know I mean business. And you didn't decide to lawyer up. You didn't decide to have a press conference. You decided to not only lure Gucci Mane from Atlanta to DFW into a studio where you're holding him hostage at gunpoint, but then you decide to videotape the whole thing and hand it to this big-headed white man on a silver platter. First of all, calm down. I'm being facetious, but what I'm saying is if you do it 40 and up, then you don't have anybody saying it's age discrimination, because we also know that you start to lose a step after 40. My mom's 80 years old. My mom is sharp as a tack, been driving since before I was thought of, but she backed into a tree because she 80. I don't see nothing wrong with going through a test, because then you don't have no issues. But again, okay, 65. I'll spot you 65. Uncle Reggie with the $4.99 super chat. We only need one more super chat for me to roll this video. So let's keep going. This music video, I promise you, I am not overhyping this. It's definitely worth it. Shay says, yeah, I'm 49 and I don't mind the test. Me neither. Because I want to make sure that everybody's safe on the road. You already got drunk drivers, high drivers, distracted drivers. The last thing you need is somebody that can't really drive. That's all I'm saying. But again, I digress. Let's keep going.
His father, Lontrell Williams Sr., is alleged to have helped plan and execute the federal kidnapping as charged in the complaint. And as described further in the complaint, within hours of leaving the Dallas studio, a number of the defendants were on social media displaying some of the items that appeared to be the jewelry that had been robbed from the victims. The charging document outlines some of the evidence, just some, establishing the defendants' roles in the federal offense. This is as follows. Electronic monitoring data placed.
I do like that suggestion, Deaf to Life. I think that makes good logical sense. You see how when we dialogue, we can take something and say, okay, I like this, but I don't like that. Sort of like what our founding fathers do. That's why I love the Constitution, because it's a living, breathing document, and times change. It makes a lot of sense. Ladies and gentlemen, right after we finish with this Pooh Shiesty thing, we just got the 5th super chat required. Albie Chill said, for the cause. I appreciate it for the cause. Thank you, brother. All right, so we got our 5 super chats. If y'all want to continue to super chat and highlight your comments, feel free to do so. I want to make sure that we get this Pooh Shiesty story out the way, and also let's make it happen. Oh, Uncle Reggie coming back saying, listen, let's get it, big bro. Shay said, run that video, please. I will. I want to get through this Pooh Shiesty thing because I really want your opinions on this Pooh Shiesty thing. And then I'm going to run this music video. Do me a favor, send this out to 10 friends, because when y'all see the level of animation on this video, you already know your boy put in work. Your boy put some money up. I want to be able to bring y'all high quality family entertainment on a real level. So continue to support. Let's go.
Williams Jr. at the offense location, which would put him in violation of his home detention conditions.
You think?
Cell phone records and license plate reader data corroborating the coordinated travel of multiple defendants from Memphis, Tennessee to Dallas. Rental car records confirming Williams Sr. rented a vehicle that was used by the group. Surveillance footage from the offense location, a nearby office supply store, and a hotel where several of the defendants stayed.
This Pooh Shiesty is upsetting, but can we talk about the real criminal? Can we talk about the real criminal in this whole Pooh Shiesty situation? The real criminal isn't Pooh Shiesty. The real criminal is not Pooh Shiesty's father. The real criminal is the woman who shed her clothes and spread her legs to Pooh Shiesty's daddy and produced this piece of excrement. Where is Pooh Shiesty's mama? What made you think it was a good idea to lay down with a man that would tell his child and help his child coordinate a plan to commit a federal offense, and you don't even have the wherewithal or the maturity or the brain cells to say, you know what, we might not want to tape this. Also, let daddy handle this because you don't need to have another charge. You don't need to violate. Hold on one second. Yes, this Pooh Shiesty is upsetting. Chad Smith, thank you for the $2 super chat. Uncle Reggie just became a brand new member. Oh, we got a new member alert. You better thank the YouTube member. Thank you so much for being here. Really appreciate it. Yeah, Mama Shiesty is crazy. It is absolutely crazy. Check the video of Pooh Shiesty freestyling. Oh, God. Yeah, his mom off the chain, off the roof, or off the reservation, and clearly off her meds to have produced a piece of dog excrement with another piece of dog excrement. But I digress. Let's wrap this up.
Following the offense, fingerprint evidence as well that was recovered from the crime scene, matching at least 2 of the defendants, social media posts by defendants displaying what appears to be stolen property just in the days following the offense, Greyhound bus records confirming the travel of multiple defendants from Dallas to Memphis the day after the offense. In this case, came to Dallas to conduct legitimate business, and they were met with firearms and violence as alleged in the charging document. This case should serve as a warning to others who believe that using violence and intimidation tactics to rob others in our community is a viable way to conduct business. I'm here to say that it is not, and that if you choose to do this, we will, together with our law enforcement partners here, and the other ones in the Northern District of Texas, will bring you swiftly to justice.
Listen, you get what you get and you don't throw a fit. Ladies and gentlemen, before I produce this video, guess what I found? Guess what I found? I found Mama Shiesty. Lord Jeebus, that's her name. Mama Shiesty. Are you serious? This is the criminal that gave you Pooh Shiesty. Why? Yep. Ain't nothing. The only thing worse than a thought pocket is an old thought pocket. She swears she bad too. Your day has passed, ma'am. What did John Cena say? Your time is up. Why are you still trying to hang out like a chop? I'm smiling through the tears of joy. Free Pooh Shiesty. Why? Do you see what happened when they freed Pooh Shiesty? This is more evidence why more women should swallow instead of procreate. Jay Spade says, nah, I knocked the dust off. I understand. If that's what you'd like to hit and run the risk of creating yet another gremlin like Pooh Shiesty, I mean, by all means. I'm so confused. FU2 said, do not free Pooh Shiesty. Oh my God! Iceman said, my boy calls them forever 41s. It's trash. Yo, I'm so upset at you right now. He said, I bet Pooh Shiesty's mom is and King Von's mom are homegirls. Most likely. This is absolutely insane. Chasman said Pooh Shiesty never had a chance. Actually, he got 2 and wasted both. Listen, I'm not saying she's horrible for her age, but she's hit the wall. This is absolutely insane. But you cannot separate the root of a thing from the fruit of a thing. Chasman, thank you for the $5 super chat. And that's what I'm saying. Who wants an old ran through box that everybody's had? How does that work? How does that work? But somebody gonna want it. Somebody gonna hit it. FU2 said, I'd be scared to smash. I stay away from chicks that are bad parents. And that's the point. That right there is the point. Listen, you can't divorce the fruit of a thing from the root of a thing. But ladies and gentlemen, is it possible for me to, is there a drum roll? Do I have a drum roll? Can I get a drum roll? Is there a drum roll I can get? I don't even think I got it. Yes, there is a drum roll. Yeah, let's get us a drum roll. Yeah, let's see if we can do that. Yes. All right. Drum roll, please. Ladies and gentlemen, it's time for the premiere of You Know Me. I'm going to drop myself down. I'm going to go full screen. And all I want are super chat responses to what you think of this music video. Because your boy done put in work. We're going to go full screen on it. Let's rock and roll this beautiful beat.
About D.A.M.N. I told y'all the chair is open, but the mic ain't scared. You say you don't know me, but you follow. Name in your mouth, not a truth gon' follow. Be it a topic, but the chair stay hollow. Tell them out. Pull up tomorrow. You say you don't know me, but you follow. Talking on the culture, but the table too shallow. FBA built in, I respect, gotta follow. Tell them out. Pull up tomorrow. You know me. Follow button talking like bro, don't show me. You know me. If FBA the topic, put the mic before me. He said he don't know me, okay, that's cute. But he been on my page like he checking the proof. He is on the gram, now he brand new. That follow button snitch, what you want me to do? I ain't mad, I ain't chasing no fame. But don't play lost when you mention my name. I got receipts in the math, don't miss. You can duck the chair, but you can't duck this. This ain't anti-African, this ain't hate. This is grown man talk with the facts on the plate. I respect your roots, respect mine too. You keep speaking honest, now we speaking to you. Talk about us, talk around us. Use the culture and clown us. Say unity and doubt us. If we so divisive, why your whole show about us? You say you don't know me, but you follow. Name in your mouth, not a truth gon' follow. Be it a topic, but the chair stay hollow. Tell them out. Pull up tomorrow. You say you don't know me, but you follow. Talking on the culture, but the table too shallow. FDA built it, now respect, gotta follow.
Yeah. David came through with the accent mistake. Southern black speech ain't trauma on the plate. Not Nigerian, slow down with pain in the cake. That's church blues, jazz, and grandma with the shake. That's porch talk. That's code switch. That's Sunday shoes. That's cotton field grit. That's survival turn rhythm. That's genius with a whistle. Don't explain my roots with a podcast clip. Where was the FBF? Where was the C? Where was the voice when y'all spoke on the speech? You can't call it unity if we never get to teach. That ain't diaspora. That's a one-way street. The chair is open. The mic is hot. You said my name, now answer the plot. The chair is open. The mic is hot. Stop wrecking the question and dancing the shot. A follow ain't friendship, everybody knows. But don't act lost when I'm in your scroll. I'm not chasing clout, I'm chasing correction. FBA lineage needs proper protection. Civil rights blood, open doors for the flight. Now everybody landed trying to rewrite. I don't need worship, I don't need petty. Just don't speak on my house like I'm not in the city. You say you don't know me, but you follow. Name in your mouth, not a truth gon' follow. FBA the talking, but the chair stay hollow. Tell them out. Pull up tomorrow. You say you don't know me, but you follow. Talking on the culture, but the table too shallow. FBA built it, now respect, gotta follow. Tell them out. Pull up tomorrow. If FBA the topic, FBA gets the mic. If you keep saying our name, then come speak right. The chair is open. Don't make me count. Day one already, you know what this about.
Yeah. Listen.
What are you lying for?
Let's get this popping. Yo. What? Why you say my avatar looking swole? I'm working hard. I feel like it's comic accurate. Listen. Tell them out, pull up tomorrow. You say you don't know me, but you follow. Look like a hero origin story. Y'all stupid. Mike says, Godfrey gonna see that Mike and chair in his dreams and nightmares. Hilarious. Yo. Where can I download the song? The song will be made available next week. It takes time for iTunes and everybody to get it. You can, if you are a member, you can go ahead and get it now. I'm glad you like it. What's up, Quan Tri? I appreciate that. Let me see. Dimples, what up, Dimples? Where you at? Fire video to match the song, Dave. Thank you so much. I worked really, really hard on that. Appreciate you. Sean Hill with the $10 super chat and still our top sponsor today said, love it. The makings of an Xmas video game for the upcoming holidays. Listen, I'm doing my best out here. Shout out to Danita. Really appreciate that. Again, definitely appreciate y'all for that because I definitely worked hard for that. So let's see here. I didn't want to miss anything, but thank you so much. You say you don't know me, but you follow. Oh, that's hilarious to me. Now there's some things on Twitter that are extremely crazy. Yeah, y'all better know this. That foundation bounce. Please don't tell me it's Afro beats. This, that, and the third. Black music genre said, Dave, is the Godfrey podcast appearance canceled? Absolutely not. Absolutely not. We're scheduled for next Tuesday. I don't see why it would. I don't see why it would be canceled. I don't think that would happen. But no, I had made the song prior, just because it don't take much to inspire me, man. So I definitely decided to give y'all something. The reason I even started making music again was just to promote the show and to have some fun with y'all, because a lot of these so-called news shows, a lot of these pundits are corny. Like, let's face it, Joy Reid can't sing. Roland Martin can't rap. The only thing he can do is wrap his jowls around a burrito, a double burrito from Chipotle with extra sour cream and queso, knowing him. So I wanted to do something that was creative. Appreciate you, Shay Shay. Thank you so very much. Also, all my super chatters, do me a favor and let me know what your Instagram is so that I can follow you back. If you are a super chatter, I want to make sure that I'm following my super chatters and my YouTube members back. Danita said, now your song going to be in my head all day. If it's in your head all day, why don't you just become a member so that you can watch the video? You say you don't know me, but you follow. Tell them out, pull up tomorrow. Who that? You know me. I hate the damn nation. Y'all are evil. The Iceman, you better. I think a YouTube member says Dave Anderson and the treacherous tethers. Why am I here? Why am I here? Mendez Patty says, hi, Dave. Your Tom Ford glasses are nice. I think you would like other brands like Barton, Pereira, Persol, Senna series, and Jacques Murimage. I'm not familiar, but if you send me some links, I'll buy them. I love glasses. It's one of those things I absolutely love. I try not to wear them too much on the show just because of the lighting, but every once in a while, I like my Tom Fords. I'm gonna wear my Tom Fords on Godfrey, unless y'all got a black-owned brand that you think I should be supporting that has dope sunglasses. So thank you so much for that. But yeah, man, listen, I just wanted to make sure I didn't disappoint. And there were some trolls in the comments, but we know what we do to trolls. We kick them off a bridge and we keep it pushing. Now, I wanted to show y'all some things on X, especially when it comes to deportations and nonsensical BS. And so I definitely want to get your feedback on these things. So let's go ahead and have this conversation because I think it's extremely important. Bay 2026, FBA all day. Monroe, Louisiana is in the building. Thank you for the check-in. Certified salute to you and all my other foundational Black American folks up in here. Make sure y'all give me your Instagram so I can follow you on Instagram. And Black Music Genre said, thanks for the response. Thank you for the $10 super chat. I really appreciate you pulling up on me. Thank you for being here. Consider becoming a member. Memberships are, really, really a wonderful way to support the channel. Cash App, Venmo, all that good stuff. And of course, our top sponsor today so far has been Sean Hill 8656. So thank you so much for the support. Now I want to run this back and play it so that you guys can hear what happened, because what has happened is despicable here. No. Let me know you can hear this. All right, let me run it back because y'all already know. Every once in a while, this will happen. So let me run it back. Let's see now.
13,
Let's
14, and 15. Now. We spoke to the sheriff just a short time ago. He said they are struck by the brutality of this crime.
Y'all hear that now?
Young lady going to
legal immigrants out of Honduras face.
Are we good on the sound now? I want to make sure we're good on the sound now. That greasy grimace juice. Damn you, Flacco! We good now? All right, cool. Let's roll this beautiful bean footage.
Charges in the murder of a South Carolina mother. Authorities say the suspects, ranging in age from 13 to 21, pulled up beside the woman's car and shot her. The case is being described as a random robbery attempt. Senior correspondent Steve Harrigan is live in South Carolina with more on what happened here. Steve.
Bill, this town is reeling from the brutality of that attack. A couple of really shocking details. You mentioned the age of the 6 attackers, all here illegally, all from Honduras. And the ages of the youngest 3 involved in this attack, who've all been charged with murder, aged 13, 14, and 15. We spoke.
But y'all keep telling us we're wrong for saying we don't want illegals around us. Y'all wrong and had so much to say about my song, Pack 'Em Up. Now, this woman from my ancestral homeland of South Carolina is unalived because this happened. And I don't care when it happened. I care that it happened. I care that illegals made it happen. Period, point blank. Pack them up.
Spoke to the sheriff just a short time ago. He said they are struck by the brutality of this crime.
Young lady going to meet some friends in the neighboring county. Someone just follows up behind them, shoots in the car 9 different times, hits the victim 3 times, and then gets out to rob them. Very uncalled for.
That victim, Larisha Thompson, 40 years old, a mother of 2. She also worked 2 jobs, including at Home Depot. When she didn't respond to phone calls, her family went out to search for her. They found her slumped over her Honda over the steering wheel, shot dead. A second feature of this case that really has struck police here is the lack of any remorse by the accused attackers. Instead, they sent each other text messages with things like "mission fail," and this is only the beginning.
It's really shocking as to what happened here. You have a innocent South Carolina mother of 2 driving to a friend's house on a South Carolina rural road, and they were looking for someone to rob randomly and chose her.
Some really quick police work here. The weapon used in the murder was previously used in an attempted robbery at a local store. Right now, 3 of those attackers are being held behind me here. 3 of the juveniles now moved to Columbia in a juvenile detention facility. And really, officials here say the investigation into the families of these attackers, are they here legally or illegally, is only just beginning. Bill, back to you.
That is wild work. Watch this. Let me see something.
Administration is said to be sending ICE.
Let me know y'all can hear this.
I need all the people who said this doesn't affect Black people to clock back in. Because let me ask you something and answer out loud. How is ICE going to tell the difference between a Haitian, a Jamaican, and a Black American? How?
I'm not going to even play games with these people. I got a better question, y'all. How is ICE going to tell the difference between a Haitian that's an American citizen and a Haitian that's about to lose their TPS status and that's deportable? Oh, you know why? The US of A have government records. I know a lot of these countries, they don't keep records, but the US is all about that paperwork, whether it's good or bad. Yeah, and the USCIS and DHS already have the person's information from their TPS application, including their address if it has been kept up to date. Now, I never filled out a TPS application in my life. Why would I? I'm already a citizen in the United States. So yeah, I'm clearly not in the USCIS or DHS databases, right? Then they have this thing called routine encounters. Someone may come into contact with immigration authorities during a traffic stop, depending on local law enforcement cooperation, at workplace enforcement operations, or while in jail after arrest, because, some cities, they just don't cooperate with ICE. We already know that. New York City, Chicago. They have this thing called target operations.
This is as loud as his particular video goes. My bad. Let's keep going.
ICE may conduct enforcement based on specific information about individuals who no longer have lawful immigration status. When will an American citizen never have lawful immigration status. Riddle me that. So once again, how is ICE going to tell the difference between a Haitian that's an American citizen and a Haitian that may have lose or lost their TPS status in the near future and that's deportable? Tell me that. Why those Haitians? Why they not scared? Because they know better. Stop with the fear mongering. The questions I have already answered. Haitians look like Haitians. You have Haitians that's deportable or Haitians that's about to lose their TPS status, and you have other Haitians that's just American citizens that don't have to worry about that. Why are you not telling them that, yeah, y'all should be spooked? Because they know better. And now you know better.
Remember, it's better to tell the truth.
And that's no lie. Now we know.
And knowing is half the battle.
Joe. Yeah, like some of these arguments that these folks are making have no actual basis in reality, ladies and gentlemen. We're not doing this thing where we're supposed to be responsible for absolutely everybody when absolutely everybody don't want to be responsible for us, because they're quick to be like, I'm not like them. I'm not like the Nikas. I'm not like the Nikas. No, I am not like the Nikas. Not doing it. Yep. I'll fight for freedom wherever there's trouble. FBA is there. No, we ain't. You hold your own tether nutsack. FBA ain't there. Hold your nuts. Yo, Joe. Is he asking for real? You have to have paper to identify you. Everybody has paper to identify them. That's how that goes, Danita. What's happening? I'm just saying, y'all already know. You'll fight for tethers. No, the hell we won't. FBA ain't there. Hold your nuts. Foundational Black Americans. We got our own share. Anyway, folks, we got more things to talk about. We got so much more to talk about. Ladies and gentlemen, there's not, you know what's worse than a thought pocket? Do you know what's worse than an old thought pocket? Somebody ask me in the comments right now, what's worse than an old thought pocket? I want y'all to put in the comments, Dave, what is worse than an old thought pocket? Ask me. I'm begging you to ask me. I just want somebody to ask me, Dave, what's worse than an old thought pocket? Because I got an answer. Uh-oh. FU2 said, Grandma thought pocket? No, but close. K Green said, what's worse? Death to Life says, Dave, what's worse? Willie Grove says, Dave, what's worse? You know what's worse than a old thought pocket? Shay said, Dave, what's worse than an old thought pocket? A young hot pocket. No. A thought pocket with kids. 2 thought pockets. All of these I would accept as an answer, but that's not what I'm on today. No. The chaplain said, an old celebrity thought pocket like Lisa Ray. I don't have any receipts on whether or not Lisa Ray is an old thought pocket. J00 said, what's worse? I can't even keep up with y'all. Y'all need to start super chatting to what's worse. But I'm not going to leave you in suspense. I'm not going to leave you in suspense. Ladies and gentlemen, the thing that is worse than an old thought pocket is an old, educated, podcasting thought pocket. I give you Angela Rye.
Still just as invisible, and the stuff that you put in the comments.
Now, before I play this clip from the Native Land podcast, aka Sassy Pants shill podcasters on the Black Effect Network, bruh, the only effect it's having on Black people is keeping them dumb and docile. I said what I said. what has changed for foundational Black Americans as a whole since the inception of the Black Effect Network? You know, sometimes when you find yourself in a situation, you realize that man's rejection is God's protection. Because I was approached before there was ever a Black Effect podcast network, before they even had a name for it. And one of the suggestions was, hey, well, maybe we can get you on a show with Angela Rye. Sometimes you dodge a bullet, people. So what you're going to see here is old educated podcasting thought pocket Angela Rye. Talk about Andrew Gillum, who was arrested because he allegedly had D-Rug paraphernalia in his car on the way to Essence Fest. No one, I'll wait. I just want y'all to hear the amazing level of verbal gymnastics this woman does when it comes to defending Andrew Gillum. Let's roll the beautiful beam footage, shall we?
Were you saying little slick shit about Andrew? He doesn't even see it. So you are still just as invisible and just as small as your dumb ass is always.
Hold up, before Bakari gets to babbling. She says, Andrew doesn't even see it, but apparently you have, because you seem type heated. You seem a little touched. You seem a little pissed off. You seem a little messed up. You seem a little disheveled. You seem a little verklempt. You seem quite a bit perturbed. This looks like top tier stage 5 beige rage. Am I wrong? Trending right now. Hashtag beige rage. She is upset. She's really upset. Disco Kryptonite, you better think a YouTube member says, is she a shill though? Selling victimhood is and has been a profitable business, respectfully. Absolutely. There's a huge currency for this nonsense. LS says, to be that good looking and dumb is not a feat many can attain, Miss Rye. I mean, yeah, I'm not going to say she's not, I'm not going to sit here and say she's ugly, because that's a lie. She's not ugly. I mean, comment tore that down. But no, this is absolutely ridiculous. She's defending the indefensible. Of course she is, FU2. You better thank a YouTube member. And that's the thing. Black American Homeland said, Dave Anderson's cooking. Oh, I haven't even warmed up the pots yet. But let's let Bakari babble and then watch how he gets emasculated. I mean, his gonads are completely like sliced off. Watch how quickly this man I use that term loosely, this Black adult male gets emasculated by the beige rage bandit. Let's watch.
Let me just say that's not.
Well, hold on. Let me keep going.
Because
I'm not done yet.
I know, but you also, but there's a point that I want you to riff on, because Andrew may not see it, but his kids are old enough.
I'm going to get there. My point is, you're not.
I guarantee you, this show's got a Black female producer. Because he came up, then I just wanted to, because I wanted to say, and then maybe his family. I'm gonna get there. Ooh, no, there's nothing worse than an old thought pocket broadcasting banshee. The level of disrespect a lot of these sisters are having right now, because they have taupe terrorism and they're being backed by beige rage and vaginal audacity. The vaginal audacity is at an all-time high. Trending right now in the comments, hashtag vaginal audacity. Absolutely. Let's keep these super chats coming. What's up, Shannon? I see you. Shout out to the Realist Lounge. She does not have vaginal audacity. That's a good foundational Black American woman right there. But the beige rage is absolutely crazy. Yeah, everybody wants to be America's top podcast thought pocket with a plunging neckline and a ponytail. Yeah, and if you look, this is a real good point. I saw this really quickly. Shay said he looks weak from the start. Yeah, look at his posturing. Look at how he comes onto the screen. Let's back it up. Look, that man is broken. That man is not only broken, but he's in need of a shape up. He needs a line in the worst way. And I don't mean like Andrew Gillum needs a line of coke, allegedly. I mean, he needs somebody to come and fix his beard. All that time dyeing your gray, sir. All that time, because there's nobody who has hair that blackety black. But he looks beaten. Look at the eyes. This man is tired. Look at her eyes. She is ready to shut him down. She got that comical look in her eyes. Let's be very clear about that. Look. Well, I'm not going to sit up here and say I'm going to do something that's going to only benefit black people. No, that's the type of energy she's giving right now. She is giving him a light skin licking, and not in a good way. Let's keep rolling.
My point is, you're not even hurting him. You're hurting the people around him, and you're dehumanizing him. To Bakari's point, his kids, his wife. I talked to Jay about some of the mean stuff she saw. And what you're not thinking about, and let me just correct the record on this too, since we're on this. What you're not.
Y'all are evil. Y'all are evil. Vagidacity, vulva fortitude. Wow. He literally just shrunk them. He really did. Crew Reality said, and a shave. I appreciate you. I don't know where Angela Ross people are from. Realist Now says, never that. I'm very vaginally responsible. Absolutely. Yeah. No, he did it. Listen, we about to cook.
Thinking about is a lot of you have made some dumb assumptions about Jay. RJ Gillum is a G. RJ Gillum came to Essence holding Andrew down, completely cool. We went to dinner, B. We went to a concert. She was like, I'm going to deepen into my joy before I have to deal with any of this. And she held it together, and she's still holding it together. So what I would ask you to consider is how you would want somebody to treat your mom. How would you want somebody to treat your friend, your sister, your cousin, your niece, your godchild? And think about Jay and those babies when you're posting this dumbass shit. And first of all, I also want to get rid of this. Like, those two choose each other every single day. So some of the allegations, some of the ideas that you've come up with about Jay, let them go, because y'all don't know what the hell you're talking about. And at some point, hopefully, Jay will be willing to address some of this stuff on her own. But I really want y'all to find a lane to occupy and stay in it. I am so irritated with some of the gossip blogs that haven't said shit about how great this show is. Haven't talked at all about the way in which we constantly inform, debunk misinformation, show up in community spaces, launched an America 250 tour to go into communities, thanks to Bakari, that are second-tier markets that are generally ignored. Y'all don't talk about that, but the first time there's something salacious, you act like the white man's plan. And you go and you put that nonsense up. This was an arrest. It was not a conviction. But you go and demonize the black man the same way that you would shit on a major white publication for doing. And the other thing I want to say to y'all is, it's a trip that you have all this smoke and energy for Andrew. Some of the stuff made up, some of the posts made up, but I haven't heard y'all say anything about Nolan Wills. I haven't heard y'all make any real updates about Carmelo Anthony. I haven't heard y'all say much about some of these young people who are coming up dead by suicide, and they're found hanging from trees in the South.
Thank God she's finished. So allow me to retort. First things first, you do not get freedom of scrutiny because you do a great podcast. In whose opinion? Who likes this other than other thought pockets who are hoping to get somebody like Common to clap their cheeks? Who watches this show other than closeted power bottoms like your boy Andrew Gillum allegedly, supposedly? And the reason that people are talking about his wife, whether I agree with that or not, is because she stayed with this power bottom bussy bandit after he was found allegedly, supposedly, for entertainment purposes only, with 2 white tee male escorts, and there were stains on the pillow. Booty juice everywhere. What is we talking about? Booty juice. There was booty juice. And we would not have anything to embarrass his family about if this man didn't go out embarrassing his family. I'm not saying that all human beings are perfect. I'm not saying that everybody doesn't do their dirt. All we're saying is that this man is struggling in the closet. And there was a point where he started putting on makeup and painting his nails. And RJ Gillum, his wife, has decided to stand by his bussy man. But see, that's how y'all like y'all men. You don't like masculinity. You don't like authority. You like cucks. C-U-C-K-S. And another way of spelling cuck, ladies and gentlemen, if we're going to be clear, is B-A-K-A-R-I. And yet another way to spell cuck is A-N-D-R-E-W. They need to just call the show what it is. Native cucks and the thoughts who emasculate them. Trending right now, hashtag Native Cuck Podcast. Trending right now, hashtag Native Cuck Podcast. Matter of fact, we're going to make some Native Cuck Podcast shirts. What is it? What are we doing? What are we doing? Can we keep it a buck? This man, not one time in that entire ridiculous yelling and screaming, light-skinned, temper tantrum, tan tantrum tirade that Miss Rye went on, did she say, you know what? We know for a fact that Andrew has been wrestling with some demons. We know that he needs to have some help. We're going to make sure that he gets him some help. We're going to stand by RJ Gillum and their kids while Andrew clearly was not doing the right thing. And I'm sorry, if I was found in the car with D-Rug paraphernalia, I would not expect my wife to still party at Essence Fest. I would expect my wife to, of course, hold me down and be by my side, but get me into a treatment program. Why is it you got all this smoke? After a while, it starts to sound like Charlie Brown. Here, matter of fact, I can show you better than I can tell you. This is what Angela Rye sounds like to a masculine man. This is all I hear. Y'all ready? The whole hell? Nobody wants to listen to that at all. So sorry. Uncle Reggie with the $9.99 super chat said, "Oh boy is into meth and men." We're not the same. Hell no. Okay. Well, listen, again, if you're a bussy bandit, that's your business. But again, masculine men are not listening to this show. Respectfully, I consider myself a masculine man. I even use masculine man deodorant. I'm hoping to get a sponsorship deal with masculine man deodorant. We'll see what we can work out. Anywho and anyhow, at what point do we acknowledge the fact that Andrew Gillum embarrassed his family again? Yeah, nah. It's the Native Cuck Podcast, wholeheartedly. I'm trying to understand. Dexter said the demons he wrestled with pinned him down and penetrated him. Is Angela Rye a tether? No. 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 Let's find out, because I gotta find this out. It says that she's foundational. I don't know. I need a ruling. I can't find out. I haven't been able to really see anything else. She was born in Seattle, Washington, to parents Andrea Rye and Eddie Rye Jr. She strongly identifies with her Black heritage and is deeply rooted in Black advocacy and civil rights. And Schilling. Let's not forget Schilling. She's really big on Schilling. Uh-oh. Here we go. Yes, Angela Rye is of mixed race heritage. She primarily identifies as Black. She has shared that her parents are both of European and African origin. What gave it away? DB Smooth said, Angela Rye has a Jet Li hairline and Tai Chi master. I hate y'all so much. LS said, Dave, if Native Land Podcast is great, you wouldn't have to tell us. We would already know. Miss Angela Yellow Ho Rye. I hate y'all so much. The crackhead in Florida. What conversation should we be having about that? Apparently none, because we can't have a conversation about that. She want to talk about Nolan Wells. She want to talk about everything but the fact that her co-host is a fiend, allegedly. I'm trying to understand where we at. Daniel Sanchez says, good to look at, rough on the ears. Absolutely. I'm sorry. Like, can we not even Realist Lounge says it's giving tether babble. What does that say? She sounds like, I don't you bugs in your ears. That's crazy. Angela Rye signed to Rock Nation. I mean, here we go. Aquamba says, I think she's African American. Not an African American. That's wild. Oh, we know Obama's a tether. Nobody celebrates him. Antoine says her maternal grandmama, Joyce Constance, immigrated to the United States from Jamaica. And oh, yeah, so she's definitely a Kamala. Got it. Somebody saying Haitian roots, Angela Rye. Was her co-host, is her co-host. They're still holding him down. Aquamba with the $2 super chat said, Happy thinks they have to prove their Blackness. DP Smooth, you better think a YouTube member said, Andrew Gillum is officially a Florida man. Y'all are wild. Willie Gross says, she is definitely a crybaby boule for sure. Delta Sigma Theta, it's obvious he's a shill, crying as usual. How come no one's addressing the fact that she is telling people that the show is great, but is not talking about the fact that Andrew Gillum has a problem? Ooh, Uncle Reggie, you better thank a YouTube member since Angela is a liberal pass around. Oh my God. Oh my gosh. Grand Naga said, Old Spice here. Hilarious. Yeah, I don't understand why she's so upset. And then for those of you who are not familiar with Andrew Gillum's wife, let's see if I can find an image for you. Let's go here. Let me know if y'all can hear this. Hopefully you'll be able to hear it. Of course, they're going to run a commercial. They always run a commercial.
Every product Grunt makes is named after one of my buddies in the trades who inspired it and helped us design it.
Always a
Every
commercial.
step of our design process revolves around.
Said they're all pass arounds. That's wild. That is wild. Said they're all pass arounds. So Spoiler alert, it doesn't happen. Because he's a power bottom, fiending on that math now. Anyway, let's keep going now. Let's keep going. Let's watch. Oh, God damn it. Hold on, let me run it back because y'all are saying y'all couldn't hear the sound. I hate it when you switch tabs on this thing. Now y'all should be able to hear it.
Florida A&M. She is the first lady of the state's capital, home to the Rattlers and Seminoles.
How about now?
Tallahassee. That's where R.J. Howard met Andrew Gillum.
Now, both were members of the Student Government Association at Florida A&M. She would go on to earn a biology degree and a Master of Public Health, while he would take his political career far beyond FAMU.
Tonight, Keitha Nelson sits down with R.J. Gillum, who hopes to become the next First Lady of Florida.
It might be overwhelming because I think he feels like there's a lot on his shoulders. There's a lot at stake.
For R.J. Gillum, the roles she and her husband aim to fill as leaders of the state go far beyond the realms of politics.
We're carrying a lot of hopes and dreams for a lot of other folks. And we just want to do right by them, as much as we can.
RJ, a working mother of 3, has learned to juggle life on the campaign trail, stumping for her husband of 9 years. Overwhelmed herself at times, realizing the impact of his aim to make history.
I look out into the audience and it's so diverse, all races, all ages. And there were multiple people in tears as he's speaking. And that was a sobering moment for me. I teased him afterwards. I said, it was like being at a Michael Jackson concert. And then he laughed.
Remaining jovial through adversity, she says, has pulled them through some painful times.
After going through years of tests, no one could tell us why we weren't able to have children, which it's very unsettling.
It's an issue not often spoke about publicly, but RJ wants to change that. Struggling with fertility for 4 years before they were finally able to have their twins, Caroline and Jackson, through in vitro fertilization.
Something like this really tests your faith. We were able to get pregnant and experience 4 miscarriages, 3 in 1 year. So that was a really, really tough experience.
Her youngest, Davis, she says, seemingly came along years later with ease. She keeps them in mind when making all decisions, including one that has already changed their lives.
We did have some conversations about, well, what do you think about governor? And I was pregnant at the time. We just found that out. So it was a fun conversation. I appreciated that he asked me, but I also knew that it wasn't really a question for me to say no to. I think that Andrew's destined to do what he's doing, and I would have never forgiven myself if I stood in the way of that.
Raised in Montgomery, Alabama, her mom, a union organizer, RJ learned early on the value of perseverance.
Well, the interesting thing about going through the primary was that no one else, besides our supporters, of course, thought the outcome was going to be what it was, but we always did.
A win that led to life in the fast lane.
And when you get a phone call from President Bill Clinton and Secretary Hillary Clinton to your cell phone saying, we've been watching the race, we just want to congratulate you, and he gets off the phone and we both go, oh my God.
Former President Obama would later make a similar call to Gillum, pledging his support.
But I know he values a call from President Clinton the same as this little boy that has walked up to him wearing an Andrew Gillum t-shirt and being so excited. It's that same level of not wanting to let either of these people down, maybe even more so, the little boy.
At home, the couple has 2 boys and a daddy's girl.
Does he do dishes?
Yes. Oh my goodness. I taught him early on how to do Caroline's hair, and she prefers that. If he's home, she'll say, I want daddy to do it. I think everyone else sees what I see. It's time for something different.
Yeah.
And that politics has kind of drawn us all to our corners, and we know that we've got to kind of come together if we want to see some things change.
That was Keitha Nelson with that interview, and RJ.
Okay, sorry. I listen. We about to wrap this up. Thank you guys so much for being here, but let's keep it a buck. That man was a failure. That man is a failure. That man is insane, and I mean, she's an attractive woman. But my whole thing is, maybe the reason you couldn't have kids was because God was trying to save you from this bussy bandit. Not only does he do dishes, he does makeup, he does eyeshadow, and apparently he does white escorts in hotel rooms. And allegedly, supposedly, he does meth on the way to Essence Fest. But that's the kind of men y'all like. Because masculine men are toxic, but masculine men are not taking it in the butt or doing the bending. I'm just look. That's to me just insane. I just don't know how y'all deal with it. Is there anything you wanted to ask before I get the heck up on out of here? Because I'm about to wrap up the show in a little bit. But this is absolutely insane. Go ahead and super chat your questions. But yeah, I just think Angela Rye is just the worst kind of wait. No. What's worse than a screaming old thought pocket podcaster? Real quick question. Their story reads like a Tubi House of Cards. Iceman, thank you for the $2 super chat. I absolutely hate you. Do y'all know what's worse? FBA for life, you better know it. Do you know what's worse? He said, I'm going to subscribe to you. Please feel free to hit that subscribe button. Consider becoming a member. Consider donating to the cause. And if you have not been to the link in my bio, you can always go to my link me, because we've got a phenomenal merch store. And if you have not been there, we got plenty of stuff for you to see. And for those of you who haven't been to the merch store, let me show it to you really quickly. Yeah, buddy. So we got tethering off for those tethers. We got the Dr. Umar shirts. I donated to FDMG, and all I got was this lousy shirt. That's it. Of course, if y'all want to support the channel, you've got the Dave Anderson Morning News shirts and hoodies. We got all types of good stuff here. Tethermouth sandals, because, you know, nothing wrong with sandals. Those sandals will not break down, by the way. And, of course, we got the Tethermouth What Gathered Away shirts. And then we've got the Tethermouth mugs in both white and black. Also, we've got some butter biscuit cones. Y'all can see there's plenty of them. There's plenty of them. So make sure y'all support the merch store. The link is in the bio. And of course, if you're a member, you better thank a YouTube member. We got stickers, we got posters, we got mugs, we've got hoodies, the whole nine. So there's plenty of stuff there for you. Go ahead and click the link in my bio if you want to get there. Let's see here. Oh, we got a couple of super chats I might have missed here. Realist Now says, great show as always, bro. I came late, but I got the laugh I needed. I definitely appreciate you. Thank you so much for $4.99 super chat. Pan Capitalist says, Roland may be the worst. Oh, nothing's worse than the bottom face. Nothing's worse than how's he said? But you know what Roland Martin just said to Andrew Gillum? You got to jump in his ass. You probably love that too much. I'm sorry. Sometimes I'm just not mature. Oh my gosh. And that to me is crazy. Clifton said, great podcast, brother. Thank you so much for being here. I definitely appreciate it. You know, Danita says, everybody have a good day. Dave, see you on Mika's Messy Conservative Show. Good show. Thank you so much. Yeah. Those are men, those kind of men, those kind of women love them. Yep, absolutely. Not Rolaids for indigestion. You don't know me, says Tariq hates Roland. I don't think it's a matter of hate. I just think he doesn't like the disrespect. That's just what that comes down to. But yeah, man, I'm hoping that we can raise some money. I need to start a GoFundMe to see if we can get Roland Martin a gastric sleeve or a personal trainer or maybe some jaw wiring surgery so that he can stop eating so damn much. I think that would be amazing, because we need Roland alive, because if Roland dies suddenly of a heart attack, it's gonna be crazy. I don't know what RJ Gillum's ethnicity is. I'm not sure, but I want y'all to have a phenomenal day. And again, of course, if you haven't or if you have seen the video, keep in mind it's in the members area. It's in the members area.
I told y'all the chairs.
But the mic ain't scared. You say you don't know me, but you follow.
Hey!
Name in your mouth, not a truth gonna follow. Be in a topic, but the chair stay hollow.
Tell them out, pull up tomorrow.
So you don't know me, but you follow. Talking on like culture, but the table too shallow. FBA built in, I respect, gotta follow. Tell them out, pull up tomorrow. You know me, follow button talking like bro, don't show me. You know me, if FBA the topic, put the mic before me. He said he don't know.
Yeah, so again, have a phenomenal day. If you want to watch the full video and get access to the song before anybody else, the best thing for you to do is become a YouTube member. It is up in the membership right now, just like this live stream replay will be up in the membership. Make sure that you tell 4 or 5, if not 10 people about the show, D.A.M.N. Hopefully you'll get something from it. I hope you absolutely stay here. And MB says, are those even his kids? I don't know. It's wild. Listen. Yep. Exquisite says Angela Ross' behavior is appalling. Do you agree that she sounds like a good old-fashioned over-the-knee spanking for her stupid behavior? Absolutely. Spankings for the shills. Or as my good brother Cellulite Podcast says, leather for the tethers. Leather for the tethers. We are putting belt to ass out here. So that's how it's going, people. Thank you so much for being here. We will definitely check you out again. Marie said that song is fire. Thank you so much. I really appreciate you guys. Thank you so much. Have a phenomenal day. I will see you here tomorrow, 10 a.m. to noon. And again, we are still on Godfrey Watch. This is day 4, but next week we're there. And yes, Andrew Gillum had a wife. Has a wife who went to Essence Fest and partied after finding out her husband has been arrested again. It's a mess. But we will definitely see y'all next time. Peace.
Get on.
Let that wake up, get your mind right. Real talk, no fluff, no sidelines. We outside, bring the truth to the sunrise. D.A.M.N, yeah, we coming at the right time. Some morning news. Like Hook Media. Morning media just got dangerous.